Hello everybody, it's John Doe doing number. Today I'll be doing deck profile. So as you can see from the poster from the beginning, I'll be showing you guys my Fabled Inzektors. So this is another one of my creations, and yes, I have checked if this was my creation, and I didn't see anything. I mean, I could be wrong, someone probably did make it, but I think this is my creation. I think it's actually pretty cool. It's okay. It's actually one of my most creative, well, not creative, but one of my most favorite creations I've made. So I got the idea. Kind of like it was inspired by I've told you guys this deck before, but the Fabled Ojamas created by Chezra from Dueling Network. He made that deck, and that deck inspired me to make Fabled Inzektors because it'd be easier to synchro summon and to chaos summon, not chaos summon, sorry, to summon Black Soldier on the beginning and Chaos Sorcerer. So anyway, let's get this started. So we first have we have 22 monsters, 8 spells, and 11 traps. I always forget to start with that. But anyway, we have, first off, we have Black Soldier on the beginning. We have Dark Armed Dragon, Chaos Sorcerer, Blackwing Zephyros the Elite, which is now becoming one of my favorite monsters. 3 Sentis, 2 Ganashias, which, weirdly enough, I have never drawn this card ever when I dueled this deck, and I've dueled quite a few times with this deck, and I've never been able to draw this card. I don't know why. This card is usually good for Fabled Raven and to XYZ summon with the Sentis. But anyway, next we have Fabled Kunashio, which is actually Kushano, sorry, which goes with the tour guide, and this card's actually pretty good if I need to discard like a Cerebral or a Ganashia. This card really does help me out quite a bit when I use this deck. And later on, I'll show you guys one of my combos for the deck. So next we have Dragonfly, Sangan, 2 Tour Guides, 1 Hornet, 2 Ravens, 2 Cerebrals, and 3 Ladybugs. Now for the spells we have Allure of Darkness, Dark Hole, Foolish Burial, Heavy Storm, Monster Reborn, 2 Mystical Space Typhoons, which I wanted to put in 3, but I had to put in Pot of Avarice, so next card we have Pot of Avarice. Now for the traps we have 3 Call the Haunteds, 2 Karma Cuts, 2 Raigeki Breaks, 1 Judgment, 2 Warnings, and 1 Torrential Tribute. And now for the extra deck, we have 1 Zenmaio, whatever. We have a Crimson Shadow, Merp! I keep messing up my words. We have Dijin, 2 Leviathans, 1 Leviair, 1 Zenmains, 1 another Leviathan, which is actually really weird. I noticed that the 2 have the same name, and really the combo involves both Leviathans, actually. Then we have a Mistworm, Stardust, Black Rose, Gaia, 2 Fabled Regims, and an Ally Justice Catastor. And now for cards that would be good for the deck, we have 1 Chigodia to put those Fables to the graveyard, Gores for more protection, Gigamantis if you want to do the OTK, Greffer for putting those monsters in the graveyard, like Zephyros if you really need it. Armageddon Knight, same thing. Honest for these light monsters. Tour Bus to work with the tour guide. The Morphine Jar, which actually I tried it out and it was a failed attempt. It didn't work. I didn't like it, but you guys can try it out. Maxi for those draw power. Plague Spreader Zombie for synchro summoning. Effect Failure for more synchro summoning and also good hand trap. Card Destruction. I decided not to put this card inside the deck because I didn't feel like I needed it anyway. I have other cards to discard, so it didn't matter. Traps, we have Limit Reverse, which I wanted to put in this deck, but I had to read the Call to Haunted, and I needed to put Karma Cut and Raigeki Break in my deck, and I also have to have my my 4 cards that I usually put in all of my decks. Then there's Phoenix Wing, Wind Blast, which could be a thing to replace Raigeki Break or Karma Cut, and Reckless Greed to get those Dragonflies, Hornets, any of these cards that you would like. Okay, now for the big combo, which I learned it during the duel, and it's actually a big setup, but it's actually quite common. It happens a lot. So far it's actually been happened twice, and that doesn't sound like it's a lot, but as big as the setup as this is, it really is very little. I mean, that's actually quite a bit, a few times. So here's the setup. You need a Ladybug and a Hornet either in your hand or graveyard, but you don't really need the Ladybug because later on you're just going to get it anyway. You're going to have Dragonfly in your hand or on your side of the field, and it would have to be able to either you would either have to normal summon the Dragonfly, or you haven't used Dragonfly's effect yet. You have to have a Cerebral in your hand, and you also have to have a card to discard the Cerebral, and that's to say you have a Kushana in your graveyard. And what else? You also need a Call the Haunted. So let's start this up. And it also has to be the Call the Haunted has been set for at least a turn. So now you first summon the Dragonfly. You then activate Hornet, destroy a card. You special summon the Centipede. Use effect to activate Hornet, destroy another card. You put Ladybug to your hand. Exceed summon the Centi and Dragonfly for Leviathan. Detach the Dragonfly, special summon with the Call the Haunted. This time, use Dragonfly's effect to activate Ladybug, and then make Dragonfly go +1, making it a level 4. And then you special summon another Centipede, or you can go for any other monster. It doesn't really matter. You just have to make the other monster become level 4, like you just did with the Dragonfly. So now both monsters are level 4, and you have a Leviathan on your side of the field. Now you activate Kushana's effect from your graveyard. You put the Cerebral in the graveyard, discarding it, and then you put Kushana to your hand. You special summon the Cerebral, and then you synchro summon with the level 4 Dragonfly and the level 4 Centipede to make a Fabled Leviathan. So after all of that, you get two big monsters, one 2,500 and the other 3,000, and the Leviathan can become 3,000 next turn anyway. And you would also destroy 2 cards your opponent has, and you would also have 2 Inzektor monsters in your hand because of Centipede. So that's my big combo, and it's actually really cool to use. And Zephyros is really good for this deck too, because you can put a Chaos Sorcerer into your hand or a Black Soul Soldier in your hand and reuse their effect. You can reuse Dragonfly if it was Veiled or whatever, or Phoenix Chained. Same thing with Tour Guide. You can reuse other stuff if you want to. You can make big plays with Zephyros. That's why I put it inside this deck. And you could actually replace the Regeki Break with the Phoenix Wing Wind Blast, but I decided to put in the Regeki Break because I wanted another Mystical Space Typhoon. Like I said, I wanted 3 Mystical Space Typhoons, but then I had to have a Pot of Avarice because it really does work well with this deck. So I decided to have 2 Regeki Breaks instead. So it's basically like having 4 Mystical Space Typhoons, because with Regeki Break I can destroy any card in the field. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that little deck profile, and I'll see you guys next time. Merp!